Hi there, welcome in.
Hi, name is Jason Smith. How are you?
Hi, Jason. I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. So, I'm looking for a pet. I have two boys, not ready or mature enough for a dog or a cat, and I need a pet for them.
Okay. Are you looking for something big, something small? What are you thinking exactly?
Something small and durable, easy to take care of.
Okay. So I have one option for you. They're called mourning geckos. So these fun little critters. It's not a mourning gecko. It's a Chihuahua gecko. He's adorable. His name is Boof. Say hi, Boof. These little critters, they're mourning geckos. So these are tiny little geckos. They'll get about 2 to 3 inches in length. They are pretty easy to take care of. So one great thing about mourning geckos, they're small. So you can keep them in a jar. You can keep them in a tiny little tank. They can go anywhere in your house. They can go on any kind of like tabletop, something like that. You don't have to devote a huge amount of space. So let me ask you. Have you ever had the pet that you just love, and when it died, you were heartbroken?
Yeah.
So one crazy thing about these bad boys, they're parthenogenic. They actually clone themselves. So that's a hugely unique thing, and when they die, they live about 10 years. You get an identical copy of its mother, because they're all female.
So it's like it never left.
Exactly. It's the exact same gecko, and assuming that you raise it the same, we'll have pretty much the same personality. So that's pretty cool. So, are you looking for something that's easy to feed? Since you said you were looking for a starter pet for your kids, I'd also recommend these mourning geckos because all they really require for maintenance is a misting, maybe once every other day, and to feed them. And you might be worrying about, I had a cat, I had a dog when I was a kid, and they were so expensive to feed. You had to buy the wet food that they just throw up all the time. Well, these bad boys, these things are crazy. They eat this thing called Pangea, which is it's like dried fruit powder mixed in with some crushed up insects. So all you have to do to it is add water and poof, there's food for a couple days. And it only costs like $18 for a bag that'll last you 6 months. Or you can also do what I do, which is I'll sell you this neat fruit fly package with everything you need to breed and maintain a fruit fly colony of your own. And if you keep up with it, all you'll have to buy is every once in a while a package of mashed potatoes and some beer. Maybe some yeast if you're feeling real spicy. We have 3 packages. We have two adult mourning geckos, 1 mourning gecko, or you can be adventurous and grow it from eggs. So what else are you kind of thinking about? Like any questions, any concerns?
What do I put in their enclosure?
So you can put all kinds of stuff. That's one great thing about mourning geckos is they're modular. They're tanks. You can do really whatever you want for it. Put different kinds of combinations of cork bark, sticks, leaves. You can put in live plants. You can do all kinds of crazy and fun things with that.
So what kind of plants are friendly for them?
Really, they won't eat the plants, which is the main concern that you have with any kind of cat, dog, or anything like that. Is they'll eat the plants just because they do that sometimes, and it'll make them sick. These bad boys won't make them sick. So unless you're getting something like poison ivy or something that has like sharp spikes like a cactus, they'll be fine with pretty much anything as long as it's able to tolerate fairly high moisture.
Okay, so 2 questions. 1, do I use soil, sand, rocks? What do I use at the bottom of their tank?
So you use soil, which makes it so you can actually plant plants.
Like garden soil?
Garden soil works. You can also buy from me this really nice ABG mixture, which is modulated to retain the proper amount of moisture that they need.
Okay, and how do I keep moisture in the tank?
So if you get a little spray bottle, they're like a bucket, Walmart, just a little spray bottle. Keep the lid on with them, otherwise they'll escape, and you just open it up, spray every once in a while, and that usually is enough moisture for them. They don't need that much.
And then heating pads, daylights, in the window, not in the window?
It is entirely up to you. So they require a range from 68 degrees to 79. If your house is anywhere in that, which is about where we like to be, they're A-okay. You can put a heating pad on there if you want. They probably won't use it, and it's just taking up unnecessary heat. So they're great because you don't have to spend anything extra on that. You can have them be wherever in the house. As long as it's not like the basement where it gets to 50 degrees, you can have them in your living room, in your bedroom. So one crazy thing about these bad boys, they don't make that much noise. So your cat, your dog might be barking at strangers, or your cat shuffling stuff under the door, meowing to get in, all that stuff. These bad boys, they chirp, and it just sounds like beep, 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 but way softer, and if you don't like it, another room.
Okay, and then do they like water bowls or like do I need like water dishes or anything? Or
No, so what these bad boys will do is they will drink the moisture off the side. So whenever you spray them, that's when they drink. Plus, if you use the Pangea, since you add the water, they usually get their water from that. Kind of like it emulates the fruit on the ground.
okay. And what happens if they overpopulate with the eggs?
So
Like, what's their little? How many eggs do they lay typically?
So they will lay, once they're fully mature, they will lay around 2 eggs every 6 weeks. And so I know that can seem overwhelming because, you'll be flooded with morning geckos if you don't do something about it. You can do several things about that. If you feel like you can break the eggs, you can give them, I'll buy them from you at $5 a pop. Or you can get just an everyday garden snail. Garden snails will eat the eggs, so you don't have to worry about overpopulation. It won't harm your adults, but whenever they lay eggs, it will eat the eggs, so you can control their population that way.
Okay, so on average between the tank, the soil, the plants, the cork, the Pangea, about how much will those cost, approximately?
So I sell my morning geckos for $35 a piece for the adults and $10 a piece for the eggs. And then if you want juveniles, I will sell them for $20 a piece. So assuming that you'd want, what exactly would you be thinking?
I think the boys would like growing them from an egg.
Growing them from an egg, so $10 a piece. You'll want a pair, just because they are social critters. Mm-hmm. So that's $20 for that. With the inclusive food package, I'll sell you a cultivation of them for $5. So that's $15. You can go into Hobby Lobby, get a jar that's a good sized jar for like $3. Some sticks you can find outside. Just bake them in the oven for 15 minutes on 450, just to get rid of any kind of harmful bacteria or parasites that they have. And then for the soil and stuff like that, you can buy it from me, get it from the garden. So overall, with everything, you're looking at probably around $30 to $40, depending on how crazy you get with plants and stuff like that, which is way cheaper than any hamster or anything like that. I mean, the hamster itself would be like $40, and you have to buy the cage, you have to redo the bedding, all that stuff. With these bad boys,
buying the food like every month.
Exactly. So, can I go wrap up one of those for you? Would you?
Yeah, deal. I'll take one from you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.